Let me get that suit. That all white. How are we doing today, reactors? Hopefully a little bit better since episode 5 dropped. Because today we got episode 6, another new episode to X-Men 97. In last week's episode, a lot of things went down. A lot of mutants lost their lives. Magneto, is he dead? Gambit,
remember it,
sacrifices himself for his love. Not only that, Genosha is in ruins. Where do we go next? That is something that we're going to have to find out in next week's episode, because this episode is centered on Storm and Forge, Life and Death Part 2, something that started with Jubilee in the Mojo episode that was crammed in the final few seconds of that episode. So I'm pretty sure this entire episode will be focused on Storm and Forge in this one. But I'm excited. It's another new episode to reel in with you guys here at Reel It In Reactions. Sound off in the comments down below what you guys think about last week's episode and what do you guys think about this episode. With that being said, you know what time it is. Say it so with me. It's time to reel it in. We back. Let's go, people. What news scenes? Always something, right? Always something. Ooh, Nightcrawler's in the intro. Okay, same scene. Whoa! Nimrod, right? Oh, snap, they switched it up. Whoa! Okay. Professor X and Leandra in the intro? Okay. Very exciting start. Whoa. Very exciting start. Life and Death Part 2. We got ourselves a space battle. Oh, snap. A lot of people dead.
surrender.
Ooh. Deathbird. What is going on?
Surrender? No, just perish.
Stand free.
Ronin? Uh-oh. The Imperial Guard?
Victory for the Imperial Guard.
It is. Gladiators. Oh, snap. Wrecking havoc. Destroying the ship.
The Kree do not.
You might want to bow down.
True Kree bows to no one.
Dude, he's stay getting his ass kicked, whether in animation or live action.
Tell me where the Supreme Intelligence has fled. Save them, Ronan. All
Vulcan?
you need to do is...
A million pardons, Your Highness.
Scott's brother.
It's your sister, the Empress.
Oh, joy.
Leandra.
My dearest sister is always of utmost priority.
Uh-oh. We're getting this at the start of the episode.
1 year ago, we offered the skills of our mighty healers to a Terran man on the verge of death.
Charles. Oh my god, we're getting Charles in this episode. Charles!
No ordinary Terran. This man helped spare the entire universe from the madness of my brother D'Ken, as well as the galactic hunger of the Phoenix in his greatest feat yet.
He's back.
This man has unlocked the secrets to my heart, is to be married, and our empire shall welcome a new emperor.
Who is that? That's not Charles.
Professor Charles Xavier.
The hell he walks? Wait a second. Holy crap, Charles is back in episode 6. I thought he was going to appear in the finale. We get him early. Does her sister like that?
On Earth, newlyweds whisk off to some faraway island to celebrate their love.
This is Charles.
Perhaps an empress could even spend a portion of her time ruling the galaxy from my little corner of it?
You wish to return to your children, don't you?
He wishes to go back to the X-Men.
Visit and risk being stuck in its ever-spiraling vacuum of dramas. This is especially true with your students.
Didn't your brother nearly destroy the universe with the Mcron crystal?
Yeah, that was crazy amount of episodes that was.
You've earned a life of your own, Charles, and I need you. Once we crush the Kree, play the role of the peacemaker.
Wasn't aware my X-Men and I were playing make-believe. Much like my legs in this armor's exoskeleton.
Ah, so he can't walk.
I pretend to be perfect, as my subjects would never love the woman beneath the armor. Not like you do.
Aww.
Never pretend with me.
Will you at least consider Earth?
I will. The virtue of a teacher lies in showing their students how to walk on their own.
True. But only if he is sure there are no more lessons he can teach them.
Ah, I like that. That's good. Now we're back to Storm and Forge.
You must drink.
He took a nasty bite from the adversary.
He's a liar.
He was trying to help me.
A tawdry romance of guilt and shame.
Evil Owl.
Many have suffered his gifts.
And that voice, it's Storm. It's Storm as the voice.
Don't play martyr.
You will not break me.
He made his bed. Let him die in it.
All lives
God.
deserve saving, even his.
Exactly. This is like an episode for her to fight her own demons.
Let him die. Look the other way. Watch. Get used to it.
Ugh, so
You're not
spooky.
an X-Man anymore. Where did that get you? Kissing the hand that beats you?
Oh, here we go. Wow, she's in a coffin.
I do not fear death. That's why you rush to play dead. You fear living. As
Wow.
you said to Jean, I have wondered what it would be like to be human. It is a tempting daydream.
Wow. Quoting her.
Is that why you fear your power? Sought refuge with this monotone family? Enough! Let me out!
Breakout.
Look at your family. Who you follow. I was wrong. Forge didn't rob your gifts. You had already renounced them.
Damn. I guess that's how we get the X-Men in this episode. What the hell, Forge?
Weaver of lies!
What book is that? He's like Doctor Strange.
Be gone!
No way the adversary is defeated like this. Not that easy, right? It can't be that easy.
Mom practiced desert magic. Some of it sunk in, despite my best efforts.
Ew, that looks disgusting.
Perhaps your mother's book holds an answer.
She wrote about a cacti. Its aloe is powerful magic medicine. I don't have much time, Aurora. If this nastiness gets worse while you're gone,
He's gonna die.
I don't want to be alone.
Then we ride
Aw.
together, my love.
So, this is not only centered on Storm and Forge, but a whole galactic empire. I thought this would only focus, you know, giving the screen time on Storm and Forge. I guess not. Charles walking due to that suit. Crazy.
Is a royal wedding.
Gladiator and his guard fill my ears with news of coming victory.
We have been trapped in so much change. Some yearn for the stable comfort of what is familiar.
Araki sugars his words, my sister.
Uh-oh. These two don't like each other.
Your consort was born on the wrong side of the stars. He is Terran.
Hey, don't hate on my man Xavier.
Union with the Terran would bind the Shi'ar into alliance with his inferior homeworld.
Your Empress and I decide alliances, as well as which world we call home.
Chandalar is home. Our throne world.
Of course, Lord Chancellor. I merely meant...
Spoke the quiet part out loud. Xavier would see his Milky Way ghetto become our new throne world.
You are twisting
She just
my
said that.
words.
I must invoke the right of Mdasha.
What is that? What's in Dasha?
A non-Shi'ar pass a test of loyalty in order to wed a royal. I finished that volume my second day here, Deathbird.
Ooh.
Not any mere test, Terran.
Do they have to fight each other?
You must renounce Earth and erase all memory of your life.
Oh, hell no. Forgetting the X-Men. Forgetting everything that he built.
Charles Xavier must purge all memories of Earth, and you, dear sister, must be the one to do it.
No. Do not fall for this, man. And that's crazy. Her and her sister have a rivalry. Why is Deathbird leading, the Imperial Guard?
Our highest gods.
Once enemies, then forced to marry to bring harmony to the universe.
The union of Shara and Kithri is at the core of our principles. To bind various cultures into one for the sake of galactic peace and harmony.
How Rudyard Kipling of you.
I do not know this Kipling. A Terran?
Yes. One possessed of many burdens. What is united if one half must be erased for the sake of the whole?
Idealism is also a sign of insanity.
Wow, strong words.
Old and very dear friend on Earth who would agree with you.
Magneto.
And I wish to remember him.
You've made your decision then.
Forgive me. I do so love to think.
Do you love me, Charles?
Of course he does. You saved his life.
On Earth, you fought tirelessly to be tolerated and were nearly killed for it. Why remember?
Because that's where he's from.
They won't let us be together. Imagine the chaos that my sister would unleash across the galaxy as ruler. It would rival that of my mad brother.
She's right, and he's right.
Your devotion is beyond measure. Perhaps it is time to show you mine.
That's love. See, this should be titled Life and Death Part 2 / Galactic Empire. Because this just is not a Storm and Forge episode. This is way much more.
I'm so sorry, Aurora.
The demon was not your doing.
A big evil owl that feeds on anger and self-loathing? Call me chum in the water.
Then I am chum too. Before I lost my gifts, I told a friend, my sister, that I often wondered about being human. My mutant gifts inspired twice as much hate and humanity. In a way, your machine failing is a blessing. I am better this way.
Look at that. That's not a good sign.
I know how you feel about tight spaces.
Oh no, she has to deal with that now. Just think about her being in that coffin was already throwing her off, but that claustrophobic, oof.
Do you renounce all memories of Earth, of your life there?
I do.
And of your X-Men?
Charles?
Xavier, do you renounce your X-Men?
See? He hesitates.
He just can't forget about them.
What you ask of him is no small burden.
He seeks to ally us with Earth.
My God, you are dramatic.
How can we entrust our mighty empire to a ruler descendant of simians? Have our blood mixed with his inferior freak fluids?
Hey, come on now.
My sister, like my brother Deken, has gone mad.
Okay.
Renounce her before
She's
her
gotta go.
lovesick lunacy.
Gladiator, arrest this treacherous vulture, and any who dare to
He's
stand
not going to. Uh-oh. Okay, Gladiator, yes! Oh my. I've always liked Gladiator. Jeez, that's a big bump. Charles! Oh.
Behind you!
What are you gonna do?
Not this way.
You still have your powers.
I have forgotten my greatest gift.
Right? Yes.
Hear me. Class is now in session.
Oh, yes. I like that. Oh, they're all sitting at the desk. It truly is in session. Sign me up.
What have you done?
Gladiator, please raise your hand if you have a question. To answer, I have used my vast psychic abilities to draw us into the astral plane. It is time for today's lesson.
Oh, wow. I think he's gonna somehow teach them about Earth, the X-Men, what he has learned, being a mutant on Earth. Something to open up their eyes. There's the cactus. Oh, that is really tight of a space. I feel like the adversary is gonna make its comeback. And you drop the flashlight. Here it comes.
Had to save him, be above it. Now look at you.
Forge destroyed you.
But it's not for Forge to destroy it. It's for you to destroy the adversary.
Last stop. You, pancaked by the pressure of existing. How unfair.
Breathe.
Submit, and I will save you and let you live your tempting daydream.
Storm.
No, you demon.
Fight back.
Not a daydream.
Uh-oh. 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 I think those powers are about to snap right back.
There was that lie, and I believed it.
She's back, y'all.
You all are an echo of who I am.
The lightning, the winds, the tornado.
So let them thunder, for I am lightning.
She's back. The goddess is back. An Omega level mutant is back. Goodbye, adversary. Oh, hell yeah. Let me get that suit. That all white. Yeah. What? New suit? New suit! Oh, hell yeah. All black. I'm liking it. There you go, girl. She's back. Oh, yeah, she's back. Dude, I love it. I love it. She's back. Look, her hair's all new, too. No mohawk.
We finally heal our adversary by embracing it.
Forge, you're back.
So what now? You've been given a second chance.
She returns to the X-Men. Or what's, left of it.
Nations refusing to allow mutants displaced by the brutal attack on Genosha
Ooh,
to return to their home
you guys
countries.
have not been keeping up.
As rumors swirl that Genosha is the opening salvo in the long-feared evolutionary war.
You've been gone for a long time.
Who can tell me from where the Shi'ar Imperium draws its might?
From the crushed skulls that house inferior minds, such as yours.
Sit down. You must raise your hand. Oh.
The power of your empire is in truth a harvest of stolen worlds. Had they not been tilled to death, would now be empires rivaling your own. You strike at the knees and claim you can help them walk again. But only if they assimilate. The Shi'ar Empire is a snake oil racket.
Even you Terrans claim might is right.
The rhyme that sells the lie. That we must pillage worth from one another. That for me to be more, you must be less. Your existence against mine, because...
Go ahead, Charles.
Why? Who made up these silly rules?
We did, beloved. Playing make-believe.
Even if we were to agree, your idealism would confuse our people.
Want to know a secret?
Ooh.
Coexistence is messy.
It is.
Thus my love for education. For my X-Men.
Okay,
Heavens,
that
no!
wasn't him. That's bad. Oh! Gambit? The hell? What's going on?
They
Oh!
were dancing, drinking wine, making love.
Oh my God, it's happening.
Destroyed.
Oh, this is how he finds out. Oh! Oh!
The unthinkable has happened.
Charles, if you leave,
You're
you will
X-Men.
prove my sister right about your kind.
So be it.
Ooh.
I will not abandon my kind.
My X-Men.
It is time I return to my X-Men.
Hell yeah.
I did what you asked.
Trask?
I gave you my DNA to access Master Mold.
Oh my God. Oh! Are we about to find out who was behind this whole massacre? this genocide?
Don't take all the blame, Oliver.
Sinister.
And don't fret the future. You have nothing to fear, so long as you place your faith in Sinister.
Wait, hold up. Hold up. Hold up now. Sinister was in front of him. Who shot him in the back? Yo, it wasn't the Scarlet Witch. I doubt it, but who in the hell shot Trask, I believe, yeah, that's Trask, in the back? Crazy. I'm interested to find out, what happens in next week's episode. The aftermath of what happened with Genosha. But this right here, surprisingly, it worked. And it was a good time. Well, reactors, come on, I'm gonna say it. I really doubted that you guys thought Charles was going to show up in this episode 6. To be honest, we all were banking that Charles would show up later on in the following episodes. Primarily, the 3-part finale that we were getting with episode 8, 9, and 10. I was expecting Charles to show up in episode 10, but the man's back. It seems to us that Lilandra saved him. I mean, the final episode of the original animated series, Charles was on his deathbed, about to die, but she was able to make it there in time for him to say not only goodbye to his X-Men, but for Lilandra to take him off and away. And now we see what has happened between those two. They are together and they are willing and ready to make this statement amongst the Shire people. And Charles is willing to stand by her side, and she's willing to stand by his side by the beginning of the episode. But by the end of this episode, their love, what they have bonded over, these two, these star-crossed lovers, it's slowly dwindling, and it's slowly going to break apart because Charles has to return to his X-Men. This episode primarily focuses on life and death with Storm and Forge. I don't think it was rushed. It wasn't rushed as it was in the Jubilee and Mojo episode. I believe it was only 7 minutes worth of that episode was dedicated to the relationship with Storm and Forge, but we get a little bit more with them. Not only that, it's split up with this episode with the Imperial Guard, with Lilandra, with Deathbird, her sister, the Shire, this whole galactic empire, Charles coming back, Charles walking due to his suit, but then finding out outside of that suit, he is still the man that we all know. And he also found out within this episode that, yeah, he might have forgotten his ways of being a mutant, using his telepathic mind to absolutely, with the most classy, sassy move I think I've ever seen, which is Charles sitting down everyone in a classroom within his own mind. Crazy, absolutely, teaching them a lesson that they all can learn. And it was working for a moment, and then it snaps him out of it, in which he envisions, and it's, I don't know how that, scene is kind of portrayed, how I'm saying, like, how does that happen? How does his mind absolutely kick himself out of his own mind and ruin that whole moment? Was seeing everyone in those classroom seats die. Not only that, a gigantic Gambit, and then right then and there you see Gambit shoot out this green energy, which is implying that Gambit right then and there was indeed that Godzilla Sentinel that we saw in last week's episode, which wiped out all of Genosha, which wipes out Charles here within his own mind, which gives him the warning that he needs to return to Earth to help out his X-Men. And in this episode, he was willing to drop everything, but there is one thing that he was not willing to drop, and that was his X-Men. Something that he started from the beginning, something that he truly cherishes, is the friends, the bond, the love that he shares with his X-Men. And we're going to get that in the next few episodes, him returning, and I cannot wait for that reunion. Now here with this episode, we also get, Storm and Forge, this relationship you know, still holding strong, the adversary fighting back not only with Forge, but with Storm in this episode. And Storm not only fights off, you know, being in tight spaces, breaking out of her own grave, which is a cool moment. Forge channeling his inner Doctor Strange. But I knew the adversary was not dead. And it wasn't for Forge to defeat the adversary. This was all on Storm. And we see that in this episode as she's able to fight her own demons, which was indeed the adversary. And the adversary was voiced by her, like an evil inner self of her, and I thought that was kind of cool. I don't know much about the backstory of the adversary and stuff like that, but to see her fight out of this, you know, small area against the adversary, because in the original animated show, there were quite, you know, a bunch of times in which, you know, Storm has a very big problem with being claustrophobic, and it was shown quite a lot, and it wasn't shown that much within these past few episodes with Storm, but it's shown here, and she fights through all of that and gets herself a new suit and a new hairdo. No more mohawk, the hair's down, no more white suit, it's all a black suit. Love it. But at the end, she sees what happens on Genosha, so she has to rush back to her X-Men. Charles has to rush back to his X-Men, so it's a big old reunion for episode 7, and I believe episode 7 is titled Bright Eyes, so focusing on the loss of Gambit and focusing on the aftermath which happened with Genosha. And I feel like the only person to bring everyone together will be Charles and Storm. So I'm excited. We only have 4 episodes left to this phenomenal season. I think last week's episode is the best episode. I believe in my review of last week's episode, I didn't say it was the best episode, but I decided to rewatch that episode 5, and I gotta say I was wrong. That episode is indeed the best episode, and it still is the best episode, and I will be quite surprised if the episodes moving forward are better than episode 5. But episode 6 is indeed a good episode. But I want to hear what you guys think about episode 6. I'll catch you guys for episode 7 next week to reel it on in here. This was a fun episode. Sound off in the comments down below. This is Reel It In Reactions. I'm Reel It In Miles. Peace.